But all right, so if you're cool with it, we're gonna go ahead and get started up then. All right, man. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Truth Podcast here. I am here with another special guest today. I'm here with my good friend Anthony Arroyo, man. How are you doing, man?
What up, guys?
How's it going, bro? I appreciate you sacrificing your Friday morning with me today. Really appreciate it, man. And I appreciate you getting this space too. Actually, shout out to Cafe Diem, right?
Yeah.
Cafe Diem. Yep. They got a little conference room for free.
free.
$3.99. That's dope as fuck. So Also, shout out to Life Water, sponsored by them today. No, I'm just kidding. So Anthony, let me just start off by asking, who is Anthony Arroyo today, and how old are you? Kind of give some people that don't know you a little bit about yourself a little bit.
Okay. So describe myself now,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, I'm a college.
You can talk about your upbringing, whatever you want to do, man.
Okay. So I'm from Des Moines.
Yep.
Lived here, born here, since all time, 19
Gotcha.
years. Lived kind of all over in the beginning of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Started on the west side of Des Moines, kind of in the Cottage Grove, Drake area.
Okay.
Then over on the south side, kind of by the airport, live in this trailer park. And then for now, I still live in the same place. It's in the east side,
Gotcha.
kind of in that back area before you get to Ankeny and Altoona.
Gotcha.
So now I go to DMAC.
Yep.
DMAC's cool. It's all right. It's chill. And I'm a photographer. I guess that's what I do now.
Nice, bro. Nice.
Yeah.
I messed it.
That's what I do. And just college right now, doing some shoots.
Yeah.
A lot of shoots. Yeah.
Nice, man. We're going to dive into all of that stuff and all the stories all today. So first, I want you to take me back to high school. That's kind of when I was getting familiar with you. Take me back to what was your experience? You went to East High School, grew up through that whole system basically. Kind of tell me about your experience at East, and maybe a little bit about your creative experiences throughout East High School. Kind of tell people what your experience was over there, and just kind of give your little backstory on that.
Okay, this is gonna be really interesting.
Yep,
I like this. Okay,
good stuff.
So high school, it was great. I loved high school. High school was awesome.
Absolutely.
I met a lot of great people. It was great. Creatively, talking that way, I would say around my sophomore year, I kind of got into Movement 515. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a group for high school students in Des Moines public school area, whatever. They do poetry or spoken word poetry, graffiti.
Yep, graffiti,
breakdancing.
Breakdancing.
Is there more now? I know that was the main three.
Yeah, those are the mains, but yeah.
Okay, so my sophomore year, I kind of dabbled into that, but really I wasn't super self-confident in getting up in front of people.
Absolutely.
So sophomore year happened, and then my junior year, my grandma passed away, and I was this is probably my lowest point in high school. I was usually I'm a happy dude, happy guy.
Yep.
After my grandma passed away, I just kind of hit a slump. I didn't really talk to anybody about it.
Yeah.
It was just that. But then through Movement 515, it's kind of crazy. I competed in how they do
they had the
thing
school versus school slams and all that.
The slam where you can get to BNV.
Yep.
I started with that, first ever,
wow.
getting in front of people.
Okay.
So it was funny. The first time that I actually practiced in front of a large group, it was a Tuesday or Thursday night.
Yep.
During school week, and I had a couple of my friends come with me to a bar. We went to a bar downtown.
Wow.
And they had an open mic sesh, and I was like, dude, I really need to practice because I'm not going to be able to go up in front of 200 people.
Yeah,
for the first time.
That B&B stuff is insane. The semifinal stuff, that's just insane.
Yeah, so we went, We stayed till like 2 a.m. Like, we're juniors
Oh my God.
in high school. We're juniors.
They let you guys stay in the bar like that?
Dude, the first, what's funny though? The dude that I met there that was running it, he was actually one of the judges that I found out later. Like, I saw him, I was like, whoa.
It's a small world. It's a small community, man.
He was like, yeah, you guys just need to sit in the front so I know you're not drinking or nothing.
Okay.
You're just here to perform. That's it.
Interesting.
And I was like, dope.
Dope, bro.
I don't know his name. That's probably getting in trouble, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
But, so yeah, that's how I got my first practice in. It went well. It was cool.
That's awesome.
And then the first time I performed for at a Movement 505 event, it went really well. I got into like the finals part.
Nice.
So like there was the first part at Central Campus.
Yep, and then they do like the different rounds of it too, like throughout the event as well, right?
And then they have like the part where like those people who make it from there go to that place downtown, right? You know where Starbucks is downtown?
Yep, it's the Temple Theater or something like that.
So it was there. But that first night, dude, I'm telling you, that was such a like confidence booster and like raised my self-esteem. Like, absolutely. I'm telling you, like, I did that and I couldn't believe that I even like got through to the second part. I was in my car by myself and I was just like, fuck yeah.
Bro, yeah.
I was just like so happy. And it was great. And like, I didn't make it anywhere past that. But to make it past that and be like my first time,
exactly,
dude, it was so awesome.
It's awesome to get like that creative flow just kind of going too.
Also, shout out to Mila Lee. She's the one who like made me do it.
Shout out to Mila, man. Shout out to Mila.
Mila motherfucking Lee. If you're watching this,
she's the goat. She is the goat, man.
Dead serious.
Yeah, she came over to Lincoln, and I was running the Movement 515 over there with her my senior year.
Yeah.
She's super dope, man. She's super down to earth. Shout out to Caleb too, her little boyfriend. It's my guy too, man. But yeah, do you have anything else that you want to talk about with the high school
let me just get past that real quick. So
for sure.
That happened junior year, and then senior year, I decided not to play basketball. It was the first time I had free time during high school.
Yeah, because I remember I saw you like at all the basketball stuff. Like you're always playing.
Yeah, and then that's when I first got into video. I was just using my iPhone. Yeah, and then I had the little DJI
that
Osmo
Mobile. Yeah,
I bought that, and I did that like the whole basketball season.
Nice.
Actually, one of those videos is still my top video on YouTube.
Isn't that the East
Lincoln game?
I remember that, bro. That was
like 1,100 views.
Yeah, that was
my best video.
That was a hell of a game too. It was coming down to the wire and everything.
Yeah.
I remember I was like watching your vlogs throughout high school too, because I was like trying to do it. I was trying to like get into the YouTube thing. Like I was always kind of into it, but like I was kind of like worried about like what people would think, and like that's weird for me to say now because like I'm just like fuck that, like I'm good matter. Like I'm just like I'm gonna put out what I want to put out, and like it's good and
people can think whatever. It's whatever.
I wish like if I had the chance to go back, like I would be like, yo, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I always told people like follow me on Twitter and shit. I was just like, bro, go subscribe to my YouTube channel and shit. But yeah, I think that it's just funny, man, how times really change after that. But yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, so did that like throughout the winter of my senior year and a little bit in the spring, and then in the newspaper, I really hit for the newspaper, the E-Scroll. Shout out to those guys. Miss Niemeyer, thank you. She just let me do whatever. She let me do video stories. Nice. She made me run the social media account, and we just did a lot. Like,
so do you guys have like an online presence?
Yeah,
like
we have a website.
Copy of it.
Yeah, we have a website.
Gotcha.
Then we had Twitter.
Gotcha.
We didn't only really use a Twitter, really.
Yeah.
But that year it was crazy because I finished senior year and I got into that somehow. And the Iowa High School Publication Association, I was awarded like videographer of the year, 2 video stories of the year,
bro.
Social media editor of the year. It was crazy. And I was like, dang, I could like do this. And so like that happened. And then going in the summer, basically I was training to play football for Grandview. And then I also had this internship at Iowa Public TV. Yep. So I did those 2 things. And by the end of the summer, it was like, dude, I don't even want to play football. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna dive into that too, man. I'm gonna dive into that.
Talk about that for sure. People are still confused.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, man. So we can kind of just segue into that.
Yeah.
So graduated from East, like you were saying, and you're planning on going to college at Grandview to play football, and then you kind of made a vlog about it on YouTube and everything. I remember watching it. I loved that vlog that you made, man. You were like at the Iowa State Fair or whatever, hanging out with your friends, and you kind of like wanted to tell people that you decided that football wasn't really your thing anymore, and you decided that you were going to go to DMAC. It was like literally like you had already moved in, right? You had already moved in.
I already moved in. I was there for a week. Yeah.
And you just weren't feeling it. So, like, kind of tell people, kind of get it off your chest if you want to, whatever you want to say. Just kind of tell people what kind of made you decide to switch up, I guess.
Okay, so what I think a lot of people are confused about is, like, why I did it. So, basically, throughout my senior year in that summer, I kind of learned or created this different part of me of, like, making videos and stuff, which I don't even do now, but it's okay. It led into other things. But when I got to Grandview and I was there for fall camp, and for that week, I was just like, why am I here? Like, I really hate what I'm doing. Like, I'm at practice, why am I doing this? Like, I'm just gonna probably get hurt. Maybe I'll get free college out of it. And I'm not even like getting free college. I'm getting tuition for free, but I was still living on campus, which was still like 10 grand.
Yeah.
And I still had like $4,000 coming out of my pocket.
Grandview's not cheap.
No, it's not. And the reason to think about all the reasons I love, there's not just like one reason. It's just like I made myself into a different person in those like 6 to 8 months prior. Like, I just became a whole different thing. And I realized that. I came to that realization of like knowing who I am and knowing what I want to do and not doing what other people think I should do. Because other people were like, dude, yeah, go play football. You're good. Free college. Like, what are you missing out on? Like, you're not. And to leave and then have everyone just be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just going with my heart, trying to like just make this work. And because I don't want to play football. Like, I was there. I was super depressed. I didn't like the people who were there. The coaches were great. Talking about the team. The coaches are awesome. I'm not going down on Grandview. Coach Woodley is a great person. Those offensive line coaches are great people. But I just wasn't feeling the vibe with the team. Like, that shit was just like a fucked up culture to me. And I didn't want to be a part of that. So
chemistry is huge.
And that was another thing. That was another part of why maybe I didn't choose the right college to go play football at. Maybe that was part of it. Who knows? It doesn't matter now. Like, that's behind. But I did not want to be a part of like that football culture. That shit was like fucked up to me. So when going to DMAC, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I got there 2 days before classes started. Signed up for like the classes I could. And before I was like, dude, I'm gonna do business. I'm gonna do like business management because I just think that's smart. Got there, and I would only have like 7 credits transfer over that I did during high school, and I was like, that's shot. I'm just gonna do liberal arts. Now I already have like 22 credits. Like, that's just smart on my part because now I'm saving money. I'm gonna graduate faster, which I didn't. Because I fucked up. But
college, man, college gets stressed sometimes.
Then from going to Grandview to DMAC, I had extra money and I bought my first camera, like my first real camera. I just wasn't using my iPhone. By the way, it doesn't matter what camera you have. I made money with my iPhone. I don't want to hear that bullshit excuse.
Absolutely. That gear stigma, man. I've heard about it all the time, man. Keep going if you want to.
I guess I already went through all our Grandview shit, so we can like
gotcha,
we can go.
Gotcha, man. So we can kind of since you kind of piggybacked up on that. So you've kind of been into the video scene for like seriously since you got like your big camera for about a year, right? Like you've kind of been
a little bit over a year.
Yep, a little bit over a year and some change now. We both kind of got like heavily into it. I remember we both like made our little side Instagram pages like around the same time and everything. But yeah, kind of tell people what kind of made you decide to get into it. Do you feel like it was just from like the iPhone stuff and you just kind of wanted to expand it?
You know what's crazy about that actually is I didn't know anything like about YouTube. Like, I didn't know who Casey Neistat was. I didn't know who Peter McKinnon, all these other guys. Like, I didn't find out who those guys were until December, until damn near 7 months later into like making videos.
Yep.
And when I found out who those guys were, I was like, whoa, they're dope. Like, those are really cool people.
The guys, man. Them the guys.
So I didn't start because I was like, oh, I want to be like Casey Neistat.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do that. I was just like, I like making videos, and I'm gonna like make them with my phone.
Yeah.
Like, it's just whatever.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that I remember like you always made like little vlogs about like your life, and like I remember you got your camera and everything, and then you just kind of you hit the ground, and it was like, whoa, like
Dude,
you were doing some shit, man. It was awesome, man. I saw like you just were like posting your pictures everywhere, and like I think it was like probably October-ish like of last year, and you were just like doing like you were posting something like every day like, and like I was like, damn, like these are dope ass pictures, like all these things. Like it was like I remember you had like a ton of like landscapes from downtown, and like a bunch of different leaves, and like nature like photos, and then you were like you kind of segued into portraits and everything, and I was like, shit, this guy is he's doing his damn thing, man. So if you want to kind of talk about that would be kind of
okay.
Something that
Talk about that real quick.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Last year, so from the time I got to DMAC in August to I'd say April-ish of this year, so 2018, dude, I was like, I'm gonna post every day on Instagram 2 to like 5 times a day, because I want my stuff to be in your face.
Yep.
And I'm trying to grow this. Like, I'm going to try to make money with this, but for right now, everything's free.
Yep.
It's whatever. If you want to pay me, go ahead. That's, you're helping me out. So basically, from going into like landscapes and all the other nature stuff, I was just like, I'm going to go shoot my free time, which usually is like when no one else is like free, and during the night, which was like what a lot of my stuff was.
Yeah.
A lot of night photography and just a lot of like downtown stuff. And that stuff popped off like a lot later, like way after I took them, especially on Twitter, which was weird. Which, I mean, cool.
Shout out to Iowa Chill.
Yeah, shout out to Iowa Chill. Like, that tweet is actually like
thing blew up.
I think it's still my pinned tweet.
Yeah, it's got like what, 700?
I think
something
it's over 800 now.
Nice.
Because every now and then I'll just retweet it. Some people.
Hey, let me get a few more likes here, man. Yeah.
But on Instagram, so going from like what I was doing, like landscapes, and like when I traveled, like I would try to take a bunch of pictures, especially when I went to Chicago and over to California. I just carried my camera the whole day, and then when I got back to the place, I'm just editing. I wrote about my day, and then next day, same thing. Post around noon, because that's when everyone's on Instagram. Look at your stuff. You just got to know when to post. And yeah, but getting into when I got into portraiture, so after last semester ended in like May, I actually broke my camera. I dropped it.
Oh, okay.
Dropped
I didn't know that.
Bad. On the concrete downtown. I was riding a bike. It was in a little basket thing.
Yeah, you told me that actually. I remember that. Yep.
It popped off and boom, for like 12 feet. I picked it up and it was still working. 20 minutes later, I wasn't turning back on. So
it wasn't going.
I went a whole month without doing anything like with my life because I didn't have my camera. And that month, I feel like was super important to like me because I just kind of got away, just lived a little bit, watched a lot of Netflix and Hulu. Yep. Which is a bad thing, but it was good. It's whatever. But after that,
Stranger Things and all them shows, man.
Black Mirror.
Yep, absolutely.
But after that, I was like, I'm just gonna start shooting people, just whatever. So I hit up like Cassie Foss, and I don't know who else, but basically, shout out to you guys for like giving up your free time to like just take pictures with me. Basically, from like that point, from June to like now.
Yep.
I've just been working on being a portrait photographer, and that's how I'm making money.
Nice, man, nice.
And I didn't make money from June till about the beginning of August. I wasn't making a lot of money. I wasn't making anything really. But from August to now, I probably made almost near, like close to $5,000.
Nice.
Just doing random stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I think that, the photo and video stuff, it's so cool because it's like, we all start off getting our first camera, whatever, and then we kind of dabble into everything. We do a little bit of everything, and I think that you're like a prime example of that. Like, you know, you kind of started with landscapes and you just kind of posted out like whatever you felt like was a cool picture, and then, you know, you kind of segued into making money from like your work and like your passions. You know, I think that that's just super dope. Do you feel like you have like any advice for somebody that's like starting in the photography world like right now, and they feel like their stuff is good, but they don't really like know how to take it from like a business mindset? So like they don't really know how to like ask people for money, or like people aren't taking them seriously. Like, how do you feel like what do you feel like was your biggest challenge with that, from going from doing like free work to like making it so that everybody's got to pay you for your time and energy? Kind of give some people like some little tips or nuggets if you feel free to say that.
Yeah. So basically you have to be willing. Like, think about it. I started doing video stuff December 2016.
Yep.
It's now November of 2018, and I'm just now making like good money.
Yep.
It's not gonna happen quick.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it will for you.
Yep.
But it didn't for me. Be willing to do a lot of free work. You need to build a portfolio.
Absolutely.
Because people aren't just gonna be like, oh, you have a camera, take my pictures, I'll pay you. No,
Yep.
they want to see what you do, and you need to be like low-key professional.
Yep.
Like, take yourself serious. It's not, if you're for real about it, which some people, like, I feel like a lot of people aren't.
Yep.
But it's like, okay, it's like, whatever, just photography, it's
Yep.
whatever. It's not the end of your life. But take yourself serious if you're serious about it. Because if you go into it like, oh, I'm just going to make like a couple $1,000s off of it. Like, no, you're not. Like, there's way better people out there than you. There's way better people out there than me.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I'm pretty damn good. Like, it's whatever. It's just, you need to network, do a lot of free stuff in the beginning. I know that sucks because I hated doing that.
Yep.
Because I'm putting like hours
Yep.
into it.
You gotta
money.
think about editing. You gotta think about
I'm
the camera
paying for
equipment.
software.
Yep.
I'm paying for the camera. I'm paying for new lenses. I'm paying for memory cards, batteries. You know how much batteries cost?
Yep.
Like, $60.
Yeah,
for a
that's
battery.
freaking nuts, bro.
But so after that, getting into like, you know, let's say you did a year and you did a bunch of free stuff and you're getting really good. To start asking for money is, what I think is, in the beginning, for me, right now, what I like to do is like, I have a set price.
Yep.
Later, what I would like to do is kind of have it like loose, because I know there's people out there that I've done stuff for. They could have paid me way more.
Yeah.
And I know there's other people out there that I've done work for that, man, they really struggle to pay me that much.
Yep.
So what I wish I would now start doing, I might start doing it now, is let those people know that have more money and can pay me more, is, hey, since you pay me more, I'm going to be able to take this girl's senior pictures that doesn't have a lot
Yep.
for a little bit cheaper because you're helping me out.
Yep.
Like, it's just a little bit fairer to me, because, I mean, I'm not trying to rip you off. Like, I understand people will come to me like, hey, you only charge them $150, but you're trying to charge me like double. I'm like, you know what, sure, you're right. But here's the thing. You go to another photographer in Des Moines, they're going to charge you like 3 times more than me.
Yep.
You're going to get like a quarter of the photos back, because I just give you everything, because I don't give a shit. Like,
and then you'll take your time to edit a few and like send them over to them too.
Yeah, they'll edit
want
like 6 for you. I'll edit 60 for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll be better.
Yeah,
And at the same time, I'm not just going to be like, hey, do this. I'm going to be like, the week before, I'm going to already be planning stuff, and I'm going to be asking you like, hey, what do you want?
What's like your vision behind it?
Yeah. And what I've noticed a lot too with people when I go out with them, they're like, dude, you're super chill. Like, I feel comfortable with you.
Yep.
And that's another thing. Don't be weird. Like, be a people person, even if you're not. Because I wasn't a people person. I'm still not. Like, I'm still like antisocial when I want to be, because that's just how it is. Like, I spend a lot of time by myself, what I think is kind of healthy, because I get to know who I am more.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's what I really got for business. I'm not like super into business.
Yep.
But I have friends who are, so I ask them for advice.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Kind of piggybacking off of like the business stuff, or just like life in general. What do you feel like is your greatest like accomplishment that you've done so far in your life? Like, what is like something that like you can brag about? Kind of tell people like something about that.
Let me flip it on you. let me tell you
Okay.
my greatest failure.
Okay.
Recent failure.
Okay. I can dig it.
So it's November now.
Okay.
So last April,
Okay.
that's when second semester ended. Or yeah, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I need to turn this off.
You're good, man. You're good.
Basically April 2018,
Yep.
I failed 2 of my classes.
Okay.
At DMAC. I was not in a good place
Absolutely.
mentally. But I mean, I figured it out. It's okay. So failed 2 classes. And I also got fired from my job at DMAC.
Oh,
I was working at the marketing department as their photographer.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I hated working for them because they suck. Sorry guys, you guys suck. Mike Brady, I don't know why you would be watching this, but I like you. You're dope. But
Shout out to Mike Brady, man.
But I'm happy they fired me because the same day they fired me, I went to like this concert. I was like, you know what? I'm just about to go do something stupid. I went to this concert in like Iowa City the same day. Drove from here to there.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. I didn't listen to their music, but it was Turn. It was dope. I don't know. Like for those 2 things happening to me, because sure you can call it a failure.
Yeah.
Like you know how other people they would be scared to tell you that
Yeah.
they got fired from their job.
Absolutely.
And failed 2 classes miserably because I failed miserably.
Yeah.
But for me, like those events led into like now. So like those 2 failures were not failures. Those were
Yep.
steps to my next greatest achievement, which
Absolutely.
is like, I guess it's not an achievement, but bettering myself. Because now I don't ever have free time because free time is the enemy toward progress. And I try to fill all my time.
Damn.
Like, dude, listen to me. Like, for the last month, I literally haven't done anything fun in between 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like,
Wow.
I'm working. I'm doing shit. It's either
Doing
school,
something.
networking. I'm on social media, like, trying to make money.
Yep.
Which I kind of do well doing that.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
but I'm shooting, I'm editing, like I'm on my shit. Like I'm not
Yeah.
out hanging out with my friends and just kicking it. No,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually working.
Yeah.
But like after, sure, like that's my time.
Exactly.
Like if I want to go out to like Ames or Iowa City or
Do it.
stay in Des Moines, sure. But
Yep.
you're just losing your own sleep.
Yep.
It's whatever. But I just think that those things happening back in April, instead of me just like kind of falling apart and like losing confidence in myself and like the ability to just be like, you know what, that's okay.
Yep.
And be okay with your failures and
Yeah.
talk about it because other people are probably going through the same shit because
Yeah.
I know they are.
Absolutely.
But they don't talk about it because who wants to be known as a failure? Like who wants to be known as the kid who's failing like 3 fucking classes in college at DMAC? Because they don't. And for me, that's an ego. Look, in high school, I had a 4.167.
Yep.
In the semester before, I had straight A's. I had 4 A's and a B. And I was doing good. My GPA was good. Now it's at like a 2.9. But now, this semester, I got my shit together. I have 5 classes and I have straight A's.
Nice, man. Nice, man.
And that's just not easy. Like, you hear me, I'm working from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And
I think it's that like first year of college thing too. Like, do you feel like you struggled a little bit more your first year? You know, like, because I feel like even though in high school like you did like really good, I feel like I got like straight A's and like a couple B's here and there. But like I feel like Des Moines public schools, like they didn't really prepare us for much. And I think that like I think that it's way better for somebody that comes from the Des Moines public school system to go to a community college first, because I feel like, you know, you're getting the same kind of feel as a high school and you're like able to talk to your professors versus like being in a lecture hall of like 600 people. It's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to talk to my professor. They're not going to care if I show up or whatever. Like my teachers email me if I miss class. Like, who does that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, my high school teachers didn't even do that. And like, I don't know. I think that it's better for people to do that. And I think that from the first year to the second year, you're kind of like, you get in the swing of things a little bit and you really learn kind of your work ethic almost. And like you learn time management, I think, is a huge thing. And I think that's something that you're doing very well for yourself right now too, is like you're learning how to do the school thing alongside of making money. And I think that a lot of people, they do struggle with that. I think that like a lot of people, they are worried about like getting a job and going to school full time and trying to get a full-time job and whatnot. And, you know, I think that nowadays you can make money off of anything. You can make money off of your passions. Like I make money from going to the thrift store and buying something and then selling it. It's like, you know, you did that as well. You did that as well. Yeah. Yeah, we can talk about that too, man. Kind of tell about like your entrepreneurial spirit a little bit. Like, what do you feel like? You feel like I would consider you an entrepreneur as well.
It was funny. Like a couple weekends ago, I was at a football game, and one of my old, like, well, I'd call her a mentor. Let's call her a mentor. Absolutely. She was like, dude, you're like really doing like an entrepreneur stuff. And I was like, whoa. Like I didn't like realize that I was actually doing that, to be honest. I wasn't like trying to be that. Like I was just doing what I like and like just risking like, hey, I'm just gonna put myself out there. It's whatever. Like right, they reject me, it's whatever. But yeah, it's crazy because even like before all this stuff happened in college, the summer before college, dude, I made like $1,000 going to Goodwill, going to like the DAV, Salvation Army, buying like Tommy, Nike, like stuff that looks cool, and like reselling it. Like, it's so. And I had an Instagram page, and it's gone now. Like I don't use it.
It was Anthony Shop or Anthony
_ shop.
Yep.
And everyone just knew it as Anthony Shop.
Yeah.
And dude, it was crazy because I would make so much money. And you know what sucks? So I have like a lot of clothes left over. Like I have a whole like 2 baskets in my room. Yeah. And also another like makeshift closet in the basement of clothes. Man. So if you want to buy like dope clothes, I got a whole bunch.
Got it for the low.
Yeah.
Hit 'em up. Yeah, man. I think that that entrepreneur thing, it's like, especially when you're in high school, you're like, that's like a foreign word. You know, it's kind of like, how do I become an entrepreneur? Like people say that are making millions of dollars, but you know, they are entrepreneurs, but there are people that are less than that are entrepreneurs as well. You know, I think that it's like, if you're making money off of something that is just a normal thing and you're not having to go sit behind a desk for 9 hours a day, it's like you're an entrepreneur, bro. Like you're making money off of something that's just in your everyday life. And I think that, you know, everybody can do it. Like it's literally anybody can do it, especially nowadays with all of the like reselling sites that we have of like eBays and just the online presence that we have of everything. You can make money off of anything. Yeah, there's literally a market for absolutely everything.
Like you're being lazy if you think you can't make money without having a job. Seriously,
absolutely,
it's easy.
Yeah, it's you just gotta know. You gotta
it's work.
Yep,
it's still work.
Yep,
like it's just not fun because you don't have a job. Like it's still work.
Yep, and I think that YouTube is something that's huge as well because you can literally learn absolutely everything online.
Like, dude, I didn't take a photography class till this semester. Like, I learned photography.
Bro, are you learning a lot of stuff, like
taking a class?
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you this. I was so shook when I took it last semester. I was like, whoa. Like, this is what everything actually means. Like, I learned what ISO actually stood for and, like, the origin of it. And I was like, whoa. Like, I don't need this, but, like, this is cool to kind of know.
Here, I'm taking like the intro class because I have to take the stupid intro class, and then I'm also taking studio. Here, intro class is dumb. That's a stupid class. I don't care. Like I really don't care about that class. Sorry, but my studio class, I like it a lot because I'm learning another way to make money. And which I'm cool with.
Studio photography is like
I will invest $500 into that class to learn how to do that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have my own studio, but I'll rent a place or I'll just keep using DMAC until I graduate because that's what I do. But that's the only class I think that's been valuable toward photography for me. But I say that because it's actually teaching me a skill that, like, let's say other photographers in Des Moines don't know. Like, hey, like you're trying to get headshots, come to me. They look super professional, clean, and I can have them back to you in like the next day.
Exactly.
Instead of like you going to Tom from West Des Moines, who's just going to put you in front of a concrete wall and snap your photo using JPEG.
And then it's gonna be like a week later when you get them all back and everything, and then they do like blow it up for you, I guess. But like, who really wants like copies of pictures anymore? Like
nobody.
Like it's posted on Instagram, man. Yeah, it's posted on Instagram, bro. Yeah. So like that's the thing nowadays with photos and stuff.
But yeah, that's the only like class I think I've taken that's super been helpful to me.
Yeah, I think that you definitely learn like a few different things that like. It was like, oh, there was a little bit of gray area there, and I think that it was good to kind of like clear it up, you know. And I didn't really realize like what I didn't know. And I don't know like if your photography teacher did this, but I remember my photography teacher, like the first day, she brought in like this little tin can, right, that she got from Goodwill. Okay. She brought in this tin can, and she was like, what is this to you guys? And I was like, it's like a tin can, like what do you mean? And then she was like, well, this is a camera. And I was like, what? Like what are you talking about? And she was like, she said that you can literally make a camera out of anything. And I was like, okay, like tell me a little bit more. And so she was like, she said that she put this special film inside of this tin can, and she pokes a tiny little hole inside of it, and she puts a lens over the little hole, right? No. So, bro, swear to God.
Did she really take a picture with it?
Yes, and she displayed it on the overhead, bro. I was shook. I was like, what? Yeah, so it's like,
your intro
you know,
teacher's better than mine.
the film teacher, it was like, or learning what film photography is, I think that's like an interesting thing too, because I think that digital photography is dope, like don't get me wrong, and I think that, you know, I don't have the time to go and like agitate film all the time and like, you know, be in the dark room for 8 hours for a day or whatever, you know, just going through photos and stuff. I think that, you know, the digital thing is awesome, but, you know, learning what photography was to what it is now, I thought that was super dope. And it was like, she said that you basically like have to put this little tin can on a tripod, and it's like the same thing as like a long exposure. Yeah, it's just the exposure to light, and it does it. Whoa. I was like, whoa, like it just like took me totally for a loop, and I was like, wow, I don't know shit about photography. And it was like, yeah, that was like really interesting. So
your teacher's a lot cooler than mine. I was playing,
bro. But, she shout out to Mrs. Flavin, man. That was her name, man. She was interesting. But we'll kind of get into the closing questions a little bit here. Got a few more questions for you here. So what do you feel like is the inspiration for you to do what you do? Like we kind of talked about like YouTubers and stuff. Like who do you feel like is like your inspiration? It could be like your parents, it could be anybody, you know. It doesn't have to relate to photography or video or anything, but you know, like talk about like who your inspirations are just in life in general.
I don't really know. I really like Casey Neistat. Yeah. Like he's my favorite. Yeah. Like every time he watches a video, I'm watching. It doesn't matter. Like he just put out this funny one yesterday. Yep. I don't know. I just really like Casey. I wouldn't call him an inspiration though. I don't know. I would call him more of like a figure. Yep. That I'd be like, oh yeah, he's a good person.
Yep. Absolutely.
But inspiration. I would say, because actually this is true. Okay. Music, like artists, are an inspiration to me. Not to like, I'm inspired to go make music because I'm not a musician. Yep. Like, I'm not. But as a photographer, like, there's a shoot that I want to do, and I've had it in my head. It's been in my notes for like a month now, but we just haven't been able to like get everybody on the same page, like same date. But you know who Khalid is, I'm assuming.
Yep, absolutely.
Love Khalid. He has a song called Shot Down or Shot, I don't remember. It's on the American Teen album. Okay. But there's a line that's like, you got me shot down by love. So I have this whole idea that I want to do just with that lyric. So I guess that's like inspiration. But I don't know. I don't really look at other people as like inspiration for what I do. Yep.
Do you feel like you feed off of like other people's work at all? Like I feel like, you know, when I see you like on Instagram and like you're dropping like these fire pictures, it's like, okay, shit, like I gotta get up and I gotta do something. Like it kind of like motivates me almost, you know. I think that like you know, I don't necessarily like look at you like a god or anything, but you are doing your thing, you know what I mean? And I respect that, you know what I mean? So, like, I think that I respect a lot of the people that are around in Des Moines and just in Iowa in general and, like, in the Midwest, wherever. And I just kind of, whenever they put out something, it's like, oh, shit, like, what am I doing? Like, I want to put out something. I want to, like, get my name out there a little bit more, you know? And I think that it's just, like, awesome to feed into that fire.
And I want to piggyback off of that, actually. So, being, like, pushed to, like, do stuff, I think, okay, let me think about what I was going to say.
Yep, for sure.
I really want to say this.
Let it marinate.
Let me think what I was going to say.
Do your thing.
How'd you say that again? Like, you see other people's stuff.
I see other people's things, and then I kind of, like, it pushes me to be, like, do something.
Okay, I got it.
Gets me off the couch almost.
To kind of go off the tracks really quick. Yep. So, another thing with me in, like, the last, like, 6 months is that you always got to check in with yourself of, like, why am I doing this?
Yep.
What's the purpose, and where am I going?
Yep.
And don't look, like, you know, it's kind of weird to, like, think that, like, looking back now, because I don't really think about the past. I was just trying to think about, like, hey, what's the next thing? Because, like, it's kind of wasting time looking back for me.
Absolutely.
Because I can't change that. I can only change what's ahead of me. So, advice to, like, other people would be, especially, like, this is actually advice for everybody, is always check in with yourself. Because no one else is going to do that for you.
Yep, absolutely.
Because you got to take care of yourself.
Yep. Check
in with yourself. Like, why am I doing this? What's your goals? Because that was my problem last semester too. Why I did bad was, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I was just going to go to school. I didn't have a goal. I didn't have, like, something to work toward to.
And if you're not invested, it's gonna take you for a loop, man.
Yeah, like, you're just gonna get lost. You're gonna lose focus. You're gonna go off track. Like, if you're trying to go from here to here, and you lose track, you're just gonna make just left or right or go backwards. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, always check in with yourself. I like how you said that. Like, it motivates you to do stuff that other people do.
Yep.
Because those people, like, without them knowing, they're kind of keeping you in check.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just want to pick you up on that.
Yeah, and I think that it's awesome, too. Like, I just love, like, the community of photographers that we have around here. Like, I feel like nobody really hates on one another's work. Like, photography, like, I feel like you can't really do that anyway because it's, like, you know, everybody's got, like, their own vision and everybody's got their own thing, you know? Like, you're shooting portraits. I'm, like, shooting, like, mainly black and white stuff, like, all the time, you know? I feel like everybody's got their own little niche and they just want to put out whatever they want to put out, and that's awesome. And I always feel like when I see, like, your work, when I see, like, Mike's work, Borg, Brandon, like, everybody that's just, like, out there doing their shit, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to retweet this. I'm going to be like, yo, good shit, bro. Like, this shit's fire. And then, like, you know, it's like, okay, what am I going to do to kind of, like, combat this and, like, come at and, like, what am I going to do to, like, take over the timeline and be like, okay, I'm going to drop my fire right here and be out. So, like, you know, I think that it's just, like, and then everybody gives that same energy back, too. Everybody's like, oh, shit, when I drop something fire, it's like, oh, shit. It's like, you know. So I think that that's awesome, man. And I think that it's good to, like, have a little bit, it's not competition, I wouldn't say, but it's like, you know, it's like that healthy kind of, like, giving emotional support to everybody else that's
like
doing
that
the same thing.
Community support.
Yeah.
And also, like, those guys have been snapping, especially Michael fam. I don't know.
Bro, Mike is, I'm about to get him on, too. I'm about to get him on.
Tobias is doing it well. Yeah, I love those guys. Those guys are great.
Those guys are
I wish I saw them more.
Shit, bro.
But we're always busy.
Boy's doing a photo walk again, I think.
I saw that. I retweeted on Twitter. I'll be there probably.
If I'm not. I'm about to come out, too. Support all the guys, you already know. But kind of, okay, so talked about inspirations. Tell me some of, like, the future plans that you kind of got going on. Do you have anything like that is big coming up? Holidays are coming up. I know you're doing a lot of photo shoots and stuff right now. Is there anything, like, big that some people should be looking out for? Is there any big projects that you got kind of coming in your head or anything?
Not project-wise for, like, other people to, like, see. I am going to California in December, but not to, like, well, I'm going to take pictures, but to, like, visit a school because I kind of want to leave.
Long Beach State, right?
Cal State, Long Beach.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I was interested what you guys said last time, because you were like, people are always trying to leave Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dang, I do want to leave Iowa, but
Mm-hmm.
not for like the reasons like,
Yep.
oh, Iowa's lame.
Yep.
I just think, here's some more advice for people.
Yep.
I think I'm getting comfortable here.
Yep.
And I don't like that. Like
Yeah.
when, like last year, I was super out of my place. Like I was like all over. Like now that I got myself focused, I'm in my lane.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I just need to change things drastically
Yep.
again.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I love Iowa. I love Des Moines.
Yep.
I love Des Moines.
Great place.
Let
to
me
live,
fix
man.
that. I love Des Moines. There's other places in Iowa that I'm not so sure about because of other things. I don't want to talk about politics.
Yep. Yep. You already know.
Yeah, but seriously, I kind of just want to go to California first off because
Yep.
I went last spring and I was like, dude, this place is amazing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like a connection here with
Yep.
like people, especially like the Hispanic population.
Yep.
Like, I don't have that here in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go to DMAC, very, very predominantly white,
Yeah.
which is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
It's awesome.
Like, I live in Iowa. I'm kind of
Yep.
used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, going to like East, it's kind of different.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. I just think I need to like change.
Change the pace a little bit.
And it's fine. I'll be back when I'm done,
Yep.
hopefully, unless I like fall in love with
Yeah,
Cali.
bro.
and stay
I
out
think
there.
that like, you know, I wouldn't take that to heart. Like in the last podcast, you know, I wouldn't.
I know. It was just like in my head.
Yeah, I
like,
know, man.
aw.
I know. I think that, you know, I have the same ideas all the time too. Like I
Yeah.
think that my head kind of goes back and forth. Like I sincerely wanted to move out of Iowa for a long period of my life. Like I was planning on going to college like out of state, and you know, like I wanted to go to San Diego State. Like that was like my dream school. I wanted to go to Long Beach State for the longest time. It was like I want to get out of Iowa because it's like I don't like it here, and like I just wanted to do my own thing and be out there. Like Cali was like the dream. And I think that, you know, junior year hit and it was like, okay, this is like not really in my budget. And I think that like you learn how college like actually works. It's like an investment in yourself.
It's real money.
And it's like, yeah, it's like money's just not coming in like that. So it's like, why am I going to go all the way across the country and spend so much money on out-of-state tuition to get the same degree, to get the same job that I would want to get at the end of it? It's like, in what world does that make sense? And I think that, you know, I decided to kind of get out of Des Moines for a little bit. I think that, you know, that's why I decided to go to Kirkwood is, you know, it's kind of like a happy medium. It's like I'm basically doing the DMAC thing because I liked that idea in high school too of like just going to DMAC and being at a community college and just getting my degree and then saving a lot of money with it. And then, you know, Kirkwood is kind of like that happy medium. And I was like on my own, living on my own for a while. And then it was like, shit, like I really miss Des Moines. Like I really miss it. And I think that, you know, you don't really know how much you miss home until you leave. And I think that, you know, if you do just a little move, you can go to Chicago. You don't have to go to like anywhere crazy, but it's like, you know, I think that that's why I have that mindset now of like, I can do it wherever the fuck I'm at. You know what I mean? Like I can make it happen for myself. It just takes that step of actually doing it and putting in the groundwork and doing it all like on the daily basis, you know? So, you know, wherever I'm at in a couple of years, it's like, that's what was supposed to happen. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that with that being said though, as well, you shouldn't be afraid to like go off and do your own thing. If that's where your path is taking you, go ahead and do it, you know, chase that. And I think that that's something that I've wanted to do in my life regardless. Like I want to live in New York. I want to go over to LA. And I think that, you know, I've been traveling a lot and I think that that really kind of suppresses that bug of like kind of wanting to get out and like do that. So I think that like, you know, taking the time to travel to the places that you really do love, and I think that it's good that you're going to go back to California and, you know, get that feel of what the school is actually going to do for you and everything, and actually visit it. I think that that's awesome, man, that you kind of got that going on for you.
Also, to go off what you said, I like how you have a whole different perspective.
Yep.
Because like you are out, you're at Kirkwood, but for me, like I'm still here.
Yep.
And what like if I was gone from Des Moines,
Yep.
like maybe I would miss Des Moines,
Yep.
but I'm still here.
Yep.
But what I miss is like the people, because
Yep.
everyone's gone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gone.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm literally like by myself a lot. It's
Yep.
because
Everybody's
low-key it's
out.
hard friends. It's hard to make friends at DMAP because like it's community college. Just there's
Yeah.
not like those hubs of like places where you can just go and like talk
Yeah.
to people because it's
Well,
not like
community
that.
college is kind of cliquey too. Like,
Yes.
it's like
It's
everybody that went to
We
high
should
school
talk about
together.
this.
Yeah. I think
But-
that it's just interesting, bro. Like,
It's a whole different vibe than a 4-year. I'll tell you
yeah,
that because it's different.
Because it's like when you go to a 4-year, it's like
Everyone-
everybody's alone.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
matter. Like, it's just like I go to my buddy Brock went. He goes to Iowa, and he stayed in the dorms like last year, and I would go over there a lot, and we would like just be in the elevators, like riding up to his dorm room and stuff, and like everybody would just be like, "What are you guys doing today?" Like, you know, it would just be
See?
like a random ass
Yes.
person, and it's like,
I know.
shit, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what's the move tonight? It's like that. It's just that community
People
of like being
are
at a
cool
4-year.
with talking to other people.
Yep,
At
mhm.
community college, it's like
It's just
I
a
don't know
different
you.
vibe.
I'm here
It's like,
just
why
to-
are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm here just to get my education. I don't want to make friends. Like that's the vibe I get. And
Yeah.
it pisses me off. And like I
Yeah.
tweeted about it the other day.
Uh-huh.
DMAC freaking added at me and said join a club. I was like, boy, your clubs are whack.
bro. Yeah, I think that.
And I'm already in a club. Get out of
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
And I don't even really.
Wow,
I was like, I
That's
didn't even favor to
interesting.
retweet it. I was
bro.
like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just weird too, and I feel like, you know, piggybacking off of like what you were talking about with, it's just not the people that you want. Like, it's predominantly like, you know, this white culture. There's a lot of like Trump supporters at Kirkwood. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like that's just people that I don't want to surround myself with.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's cool if you support that stuff, but it's like, I don't want that in my life. You
Yeah.
know? And I think that like that's cool. You guys can do your thing, yada yada yada. But it's like, you know, I don't really want to surround myself with that. And I think that that's kind of like, it suppresses me from their angle as well as my angle. And it's just like, I don't want to put myself out there and talk to people.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't feel like they'd want me to talk to them anyway. So it's like, you know, but it's just interesting, man. And then I feel like you got like people that have moved here from like different states, and
Yeah.
then those people are kind of chill because they're like actually wanting the college
Yes.
experience and everything. But then it's kind of hard to tell the difference between the two, because then like when I'm talking to people in my class, they're like, oh yeah, I just live in Cedar Rapids, I live here, like I live in Iowa City, you know, like I have lived here my entire life. And it's like, oh well, you know, that's cool, but it's like, you know, they're not here for the college experience, they're just here to like get the
their
degree and be
and
out, you know.
bounce.
Yeah. And I think that it's healthy to kind of get that college experience on both levels of like
Yes.
making friends and like, you know, because like
I'm a loner.
it's like, bro, I think that the college friends is like the networking that you can do there
know.
is like, there's so much like almost money to be made in that of itself. Because I think like I want to be friends with like all the farmers and shit, and they're like, I swear to God that like marijuana is gonna be legal here in a few years, and like I swear, bro, like I think that
Yo,
like
I didn't even
that's
think
like
about that.
that's like the
low-key
thing to
smart.
get into though, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
regardless of like what the opinions are for drugs, there's going to be a market for that.
There will be.
And I think
Damn,
that, you know,
that's crazy.
you need
I
to
didn't
like
even think about
talk to
that.
the people in the farm industry. Like, do not, like, I always had that mindset in high school too. Like, do not knock anybody. Like, do not bully anybody. Like, that shit's way fucked up.
Dude.
It's like,
I have an opinion on this now. Too.
yeah. So like, just like,
Fuck.
don't do that, because you don't know what somebody is gonna
Can
be
you do in
their
5,
life. Yeah,
10 years?
You don't
You don't.
know. You don't know. And I think that is so
Shit.
interesting in and of itself. It's like, you know, I was super nice to just everybody. Didn't matter who they're, black, white, purple. It didn't matter. Like, it was just like, you know,
It did.
I wanted everybody to be happy and to be able to come to me and just like talk about their lives. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to have that like hating mindset of anything. And, you know, I think that that's going to pay back to me in the long run. You know, it'll be like at our high school reunion, they'll be able to come up and talk to me, and they won't be like, you bullied me in high school, like, fuck you,
Yeah,
type shit. You know,
you're a
it's like,
dick.
yeah, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want that. So it's like, you know, be nice to everybody. Be nice to everybody.
Dude, I love
Plain and
that.
simple.
I freaking like that.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have anything to say? You want to spit some truth too?
You know what's funny? That reminds me of Gary Vaynerchuk. He was talking to like a USC football team, and he was like, "You guys fucking walk around here with your beats on and ignore everybody thinking you're the top shit. Yeah. But really, for 98% of you, this is the best 4 years of your fucking life. When fucking the next Bill Gates is fucking walking around here, and you're just ignoring him because he's like a fucking 5'6" Caucasian dude who looks like a damn nerd who's in the library for like 8 hours of the day."
And I was like, that's got it going on. That's the man that's got it going on.
Damn, bro, that shit's real, because I see people walking around thinking they're top shit. Like, that shit's annoying to me.
That shit is not. It's not high school, my friend. It's not
college
is a different animal. It is a different animal.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to go into college with the right mindset on different levels of everything. I think that from the schooling part of it, from making friends, and if you don't go into it with the right mindset, it'll fuck you up, and it'll take you for a loop, and it'll spit you out, and it will walk all over you.
And not to scare everybody from college for a second, it's okay. Like, I envy, because I see like my friends at Iowa State and Iowa, like, dude, they got like all these new friends that I don't know, and like they come back and they talk about all that shit, and I'm like, damn, like, I don't have anything to talk about, because like, I envy you, because you have like this whole other group of people, and it just sucks. Yeah. But to not scare people again, it's okay. Like, you're gonna fuck up. Everybody fucks up. You're not the only one. I promise you. Like, you'll probably be fine and talk to people around you, and you'll have teachers and counselors, and it'll be fine. You'll be cool.
And don't be afraid to go off the beaten path too. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Everybody's got their own story, man. I think that's the best thing about life too. So closing questions here.
Yeah. Getting close.
Yeah. So what is like one thing that Anthony Arroyo like has to do in his life? Like, what is that one thing that you have to do? If that's like shooting a concert for somebody, if that's like, you know, whatever it is, like, what's like something that's been in your head for a while and like you have to do it?
What just comes to my head is just I want to travel a lot. Like, there's not like a one thing I want to do, but like there's just like a lot of places I want to go to. Like, if I could like leave the United States right now, first place I'd go to is like South Africa, Cape Town, because like that place is beautiful.
That's the spot too. That's where everybody going now.
Yeah, like I would just love to visit, and I know it takes like 2 days to get there. Yeah, it's like with nuts, flights, bro. Yeah. And I heard it's crazy, but dude, like I just want to travel. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen, because I mean, most likely I'm just gonna be like a nice like middle class type person.
Don't worry about that stuff, bro. Yeah. I think that, you know, I'm planning on being a pilot, so I think that like I'm just trying to get into that shit, bro. I got you, my G. You already know. I'm gonna take you out and like go around and shit. We gonna be living the life, bro. But yeah, I think that learn the resources to kind of get around to travel, because I think that, you know, especially like you doing your photography thing, like, use that to your advantage, man. True. Like, you know, I need to get clients in other states like that. That's just another thing that you can add to the bill at the end of the day. So like that's the best part about that. Okay, so last like big question that I ask everybody, you may have seen it on the podcast. I want you to imagine that I have a copy of the New York Times right here, okay? And it's written from 10 years from now, and the cover page is a picture of you, and there's an article written about you. What is on the cover page, and what is written in this article?
Dang. So I'd almost be 30 years old. Holy crap. That's so weird to think about. If I was on the New York Times, hopefully it's for a good reason. Yeah. I didn't bomb anything or something. I was kidding. If I were on the New York Times, and what I would, hopefully it's just like a nice just feature of me. Nothing like crazy. Hopefully I did something nice for somebody. I did something cool for a bunch of people, and like they just want to like let people know who I am. Yeah. And hopefully they like, if I'm still a photographer by then, I mean, I don't know where life will take me, but they feature my work. I mean, that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be dope as shit, bro.
Maybe they'll give me a job. I don't know. Maybe they'll give me like a little share. I'm just kidding. Maybe New York Times don't even be around by then.
Bro, you never know, man. You never know. Yeah, I think that it's just like an interesting question to kind of ask people.
Hopefully it's for a good reason. Yeah. Hopefully It's nice. I did something good for someone else.
Yep.
Or I did something great. I don't know. It'd be good.
I know you'll do great, man. I know you will. I see it in your eyes, man. I see the things that you're doing. I think that you got it all taken care of, man. It's just a matter of time before it clicks and you're off and you're ready to go.
Thank you.
Bro, I appreciate you so much, Anthony, for coming by and just sitting down and having a chat today. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Truth Podcast today. This one was a long one.
Very long.
We've been rolling for an hour and a minute, actually. So, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in to today. We will have another guest on in about a couple weeks. So if you guys don't know, I have a guest every other week. So Anthony was this week's guest. And I hope you guys got some nuggets because we dove into it and we did the damn thing. So I'm super glad with how that turned out, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Definitely, if you guys are watching this, share it out to everybody. Share out Anthony's story because he's a great dude. And, you know, if you guys are needing photos done, hit him up.
Hit me up.
He is doing his thing, man. Check out his online portfolio. Anthony, where can people find you on social media?
Instagram, a.media, or my personal account, Anthony W. Arroyo.
Yep.
Same thing on Twitter, Anthony W. Arroyo. You can email me. You can find my email on both.
Yep.
You can find me on Facebook.
I'll make sure to drop it all in the description and make sure that everybody's got that shit for you, man.
Oh, YouTube too. I haven't made a video.
Bro, Anthony Arroyo, right? It's Anthony Arroyo.
Yeah, it's just my name.
Yep.
You can find some cool. I probably have like over 100 uploads.
Yeah, you got a lot.
Like 50
and you had like
vlogs
two,
almost.
You had like 2 channels too at a time.
I did.
Yeah.
It was like the old vlogs.
Yeah.
And then I just went back to like the regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, I should probably put the old vlogs on there.
Bro, just do it, man.
Okay.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
I'll try to find time.
But it's all good, man. It's all good. So thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Neek Robinson. Thank you guys for tuning into today's podcast. Hope you guys have a great night, day, whenever you're watching. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode, guys. Peace.
Deuces.
Peace, man. Yo, thank you, man, so much. Thank you, man.